As far as cat stuff goes, our newer cat Evie.
Yeah.
She just had surgery on Friday.
Oh no, what happened?
Oh, since we had her, she's always kind of had, she's always had like goopy eyes, goopy nose. Her breath was always really stinky.
Oh, okay.
She's got pillow paw. I don't know if you ever heard of pillow paw.
I mean, I had a girlfriend in college. I called her my pillow paw.
Paw?
My pillow pal.
This is pillow paw. It's like where the pad of the paw swells. That's why they call it a pillow paw.
Oh no!
It's supposed to be like it's really painful. She'll jump down for something and like shake it.
Oh.
Heather noticed that she was having like a hard time eating, and we took her in and they looked at her teeth, and I guess like her teeth were atrocious. So cats
That causes a lot of issues.
Yeah. Cats are notorious for hiding their pain, and it's just difficult to like look inside of a cat's mouth.
Yep.
Just like really find out what's going on. So we paid.
They don't
to
want you in there.
Yeah, we paid to have somebody like clean it, and we knew that there would probably be some extractions. And I guess Heather had to field the phone call when we were doing it, but they said like it was so awful they're gonna have to break it into two separate sessions.
Oh my god! When you said break, my heart kind of stopped for a second.
Well, kind of like there's one tooth in there that's like I guess it's been so bad for so long that like the jaw is like really spongy,
right?
And like she's just been like I think like her just immune system is shot because she had like rotting teeth in her mouth. Like the reason why her breath was so stinky, literally, it was rotting teeth.
Yeah.
So she had like half of her teeth removed, and already since she's had those half removed, all the really bad ones, she's awesome now.
Yep.
It's like she's like very spry. Her
she was in pain for probably years.
I haven't seen her sneeze. She would sneeze literally every morning. She would come right up to me and sneeze on my chest.
Yep.
It's almost every morning for like 6 months. She hasn't done that in a long time. The goopy eyes went away. I mean, she's on like not ibuprofen, but antibiotics that they got her on right now. Stinky breath went away.
No,
she's really happy. I had to stop at the house real quick and like squirt painkillers in her mouth real quick and then drive over here. Had yeah, it's been great.
That's amazing. You're giving this cat a second life.
Yeah, I feel really bad for this cat. Like she had her original name was Tiny, and she was in somebody's home, and they had her for I don't know how long, and they gave her back. Which I like. I understand why some people have to do that, especially when they have kids.
I don't understand that. I'm sorry.
I mean, like if you have an animal that's gonna like scratch your baby's face, it's like okay, like you got to find a good home. I know, like, do you remember Skinny Guy and Pumpkin Belly? They're my neighbors when I was they like he had a cat and they had a kid and the cat was like kind of in the way that Rex. Remember when like somebody ran upstairs and Rex like lost his mind?
He still does it. He goes red. Yeah, we don't move fast around him.
Well, his cat's name was Cheech. Cheech would do that. Like if somebody was running or does something, Cheech would just freak out and be like, "Well, I gotta attack it now."
Yeah.
And the wife.
Sorry, John D out there.
Yeah.
I think he still has scars on his legs from that night.
Yeah. But he, like, the wife's is like, no, we just got to find a new home. And he gave it to his buddy. And yeah, dude, like he was driving there and he saw his cat got hit by a car.
No!
On the way when he was there. And he's like, he pulled over and he just had to like put it in his car. He like, it wasn't even a month. And the guy.
They didn't fucking take care of him?
They didn't take care of the cat. So he drove there and he saw Cheech and, he just kind of like found like a place that he thought Cheech would like to be and just buried him. I was like, oh my God, I can't even imagine that.
I was talking to my dad about this recently. I'm feeling really overly sensitive recently to life.
Yeah.
Like, I understand how life works. I get it. Okay. I understand life and death. I understand death is a part of life. But like,
do you yet though? I mean, you understand it as a 40-year-old. You know what I mean?
Do I see the self mortality? I don't know yet. I'd like to say yes, that I've been preparing and blah blah, but I mean, no. I'm still a kid at heart. It's very hard to justify that I'm going to die when I have so much more to create, so much more to see, so much more to do. It literally makes me angry, not scared, angry that I won't like be around enough to create more, to do more, you know? But I'm getting to the point right now, like we had carpenter bees in our backyard, and literally they were here all last year, and they just hung around on the back deck. Like Andy and I would sit on the back deck, our dog Maggie would sit on the back deck, and these bees would just hang around with us.
Aren't they like digging in your porch though?
So yes, so our goal is to tear down our porch and rebuild. Like ever since we first moved in, that's been like one of our like 3 or 4 big things that we really want to do. So when something happens to the porch, we're like, well, we'll tear it down. It's not a big deal. Like a piece will chew up or something will break and be like, I'll repair what we need to for like safety, but we're gonna tear it apart anyway. Like we want like a patio,
like
concrete, stone.
concrete or pavers.
Yeah. So anyway, so like these wood carpenter bees are just hanging out back there, and they're chewing into the side of the deck, but they're not chewing into the house, and that's like my level. Like if you're in my house, if you're fucking with my family, if you're fucking with my safety in my house, that's where I'm like, get the fuck out. But we ended up killing one of these bees, because they were drilling into the side of the deck, and we didn't want them drilling into the house. And I just had like this, I don't know, maybe like 10 or 15 minutes where I just sat outside and I felt so fucking sick. I was like, it's a fucking bee. It's not that big of a deal. But it really like connected me to just go like, I don't know, like, who am I to take a life from someone who's literally just living, not inflicting negative shit on my life or my family. They're just living in the same area I am. And I know it sounds silly, but man, it hit me so hard. And like probably like maybe like last 2 or 3 weeks. I've not just about the bee, but I'm thinking about like all things of life. I'm trying to like be much more cautious about where I walk and just how I think in general. Life is precious, dude.
That's true. You get a couple spins around the sun, and that's it.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things.
Well, talking about spins, I was waiting for some kind of fucking what's the word? The thing that I'm totally fucking up right now.
Segway.
I brought shit.
Did you?
Shit this week, and unlike the ADD episode, I'm not going to wait an hour to get into it because that's polar opposite of what that fucking illness is. Let me fucking talk about this. So last week, John.
Yes.
You took me on an adventure last week.
We did. We went on an aquatic adventure.
Yeah.
Through the Boundary Waters in Quetico.
It was really cool, and I really appreciate you sharing that part of your life with me, because it's something that not just the Boundary Waters, but like camping in general, going out exploring. It's always been one of those like, I want to be Indiana Jones. I want to go out and explore, but outside kind of sucks, so I'm going to stay inside. Or I could venture off to Indiana and have an adventure in air conditioning.
Okay.
And that's what we're going to talk about today.
All right, let's take me on an adventure.
So, taking you on an adventure. Now,
this looks like a Boba Fett bag.
It is a Boba Fett backpack. This
is a really nice looking Boba. So what I'm seeing here is it's your typical backpack, but it is like very eloquently colored and adorned with pockets of the House of Fett, and it looks really cool. I'm digging those like leather pouches at the back there.
I still have snacks in there from 2018.
What is with you and keeping snacks and not eating them?
I don't know.
Is it a memory?
No.
Is this like your favorite box, but it's like favorite snacks?
To be honest, it's not. To me, it's like safety. Like, what if I do bring this somewhere and I'm really fucking hungry?
Then you want snacks that aren't that could kill you.
That's true, but it won't be that bad. So what we have here, this is what I call my con bag.
Okay.
This is my bag that I bring with me to every convention I go to. And granted, I have not gone to a convention since the start of COVID.
I'm seeing buttons on here. Is there any stories of any of these buttons?
Absolutely. Every one of these pins is a different year that I went to Gen Con. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Gen Con is a gaming convention in Indianapolis, actually started in Wisconsin.
Really?
Started in, I believe, in Lake Geneva, hence Gen Con. It was where everyone
I bet I know
congregated.
why. Do you know why?
In Gen Con?
In Lake Geneva, there was a very famous person who
Yep,
is from
that's it.
Lake Geneva.
That's it. And in the early days of Gen Con, I believe it was the 70s or early 80s, Gary Gygax
Yep.
would venture off to a little hotel full of like 1 or 2 rooms, like convention rooms, and people would sit around tables and role play.
Is it the Ashbury?
I don't know. To be
Ashbury's
honest,
a big place.
I don't know. It was a very tiny hotel.
Okay.
So this is my Gen Con bag. I have lots of flaps, but not a lot of hidden stuff. But I do have some hidden stuff.
Was the like the concept of D&D birthed out of Lake Geneva?
No. Well, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know his history as much. We'll get back to the bag in a second.
That's where them crazy devil worshippers.
That's right. These are my badges.
Cool.
Do I have all?
So I'm looking at these badges here. I'm holding one in my hand now that says Gen Con 50.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's from
year.
And I got some that says Gen Con 2017. So that means it would have been, was that 77 then?
77 what?
77, 87, 97, 2007, 17.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I don't know
17?
which one was 50. 50 was 2017.
It says right here.
I don't know.
And oh no, it says 2019. And then I see it says a 4-day pass. I Save the World, Adventures in Time and Space. Champaign Urbana.
Let me see what is. Oh, okay. We'll get to that in a second. So,
Okay.
The top thing, the red and white thing, is the badge, and that is Andy's badge because that was the first time she ever went with me. These are all my badges.
Oh, so you have
Gen
multiple
Con.
in one. I gotcha.
Yeah, this is technically
right.
Andy's
2019
badge holder.
the 50. What was this? 2000.
I think it's on the back.
16.
too. Yeah, I see it on the back.
15, 14, and 13.
Yeah.
Indiana Convention Center.
Have you ever been to the Indiana Convention Center?
Negative Ghost Rider.
It is ridiculously large. But we're going to get into that in a second.
Not as large as the one in Chicago.
You'd be surprised.
It's the one in Chicago is the largest in the world.
Except that the one in Indiana is all usable. The one in Chicago doesn't have all of its rooms available for every con. The convention center might be bigger, but the con itself is far fucking bigger than anything held in Chicago.
Okay.
Okay. So much so that most of the restaurants around the convention center make enough money on this weekend of Gen Con to last the entire year.
I wonder why they picked Indianapolis.
Giant rooms. I mean, giant area for the con.
Uh-huh.
A complete surrounding circumference of hotels for about 3 to 4 blocks. Everything's within walking distance. Everything's very easy to get to. Giant areas for parking, super easy, and
I guess
giant
somewhat
tax
centrally
incentives.
located in America.
And centrally located in America.
That makes sense.
So I have buttons from every year I've been. This is my Bard button. My Bard button was awarded to me.
So what I'm seeing here is that there are many buttons, but there is none as large as this Bard button. It is definitely a heavier. Look, did you hear the sound of that thing? It's like listen to a brick fall.
Holy shit! I
So
have.
how'd you get your Bard button?
My Bard button? There is a group of filmmakers called Zoe or Zombie Orpheus Entertainment, and they make nerd TV shows and movies. They made Gamers. You ever see Gamers?
Yeah.
So they made a TV show called Journey Quest, which if you haven't seen Journey Quest, it's the exact same style of humor.
I saw it because
Gamers?
you recommended it.
Yeah. But if you did their Kickstarter for season 3, You could pick from different things that you could get. And like everyone wanted the card and their red card. So if you go see them live at Gen Con, they do like 2-hour live performances, and it's all improv of like role playing, and like they jump up during their role playing game and like act out their scenes. And then they ask people to come up from the audience, and anyone who has a red card can stop them and tell them to do something different or change the fate of what's happening in their game.
Have you seen that actually happen?
I have gone every single year that I've gone to Gen Con, I've gone to their live show. It is
Have you seen anybody
all
stop
the
it?
time. Everyone does. Yeah. I didn't want to do that.
Do you
I
lose
feel-
your red card if
yes,
you do it?
Yes, they take it.
Oh,
It's
that's awesome.
it's pretty fucking cool. So I opted for the pin just because I don't like interrupting artists while they're working.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
really
Like,
bothers
you really
me.
got to be like, I don't know. Like, I guess if you can time things right, if something really, something really also awful is about to happen,
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
really. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you can really change the thing.
It's
about it.
comedy. It's all timing.
So what you were talking about earlier, the badge here, these are called badge ribbons.
Okay.
And you can see like Andy put hers on. I didn't put mine on. Some games, when you go play games at Gen Con, and I'm going to explain what Gen Con is because I haven't yet. It is a 4-day convention once a year where you go and play board games, role-playing games. You can LARP. There is so much things to do. It's unnerving when you look at the list of things to do.
It seems weird. Like if one game could last hours.
Well, it depends. It depends on the thing too. And yet there's a system for it, which I'll talk about now. So you sign up to get a badge to go for the convention, and I highly suggest it. The convention starts on Thursday, ends on Sunday. I highly suggest showing up either on Tuesday or Wednesday, because I have never been to anything else in my life that I felt so wildly accepted and just had fun with strangers. One of the very first years we ever went, my wife gave me a giant bag of gummy bears that her work, they make food, and they had just a giant bag of gummy bears. It was like 22 pounds of gummy bears. So we brought this to Gen Con. We found a table on Wednesday night. We opened up the bag and we said, anyone can have some, please take some. And what we found is we were there until 3 o'clock in the morning, just playing random board games with people who'd come and eat gummy bears and just sit down and start playing.
I'm not gonna lie. I am immediately grossed out by that.
I get that.
To have this
Yeah,
big community chest of gummy bears. And who's in charge of putting their hand in that bag?
Yeah, fair.
When I go to parties and I see somebody who's got the bag of chips, and you see the one guy who's I gotta hurry up and touch the chips to make sure I don't have as many broken pieces. He's sitting there juggling his hand in there. And you see him licking their fingers and itching their balls.
Yeah.
Hey, can I have some more gummy bears?
Love that flavoring. So yeah, dude, absolutely. In hardcore retrospect, I totally get it.
Gummy bears. Somehow I could see germs sticking to the gummy bears.
yeah.
Oh, and sweaty, gross palms.
While we're on that, that subject, every year
I just want to puke in my mouth.
the guy's bathroom gets so fucking disgusting.
Oh,
Now,
and your
okay,
gummy bears tasted like that by the end of the convention.
so
This one tastes like hockey, like urinal puck. I'm sorry, keep going.
no, it's fucking. So
Just really being grossed out by that.
So the convention is really cool. So all the hotels in the area, all the staff will dress up in cosplay. At restaurants, they'll change their entire menu around for the weekend
Oh,
to be
that's so cool.
dragon burgers and dungeon fries, whatever. They just have lots of fun. This one place we go to, this bar, you'd roll a dice and that's what you have to order. I thought that was really cool. You have these 10 options for appetizers. You roll a dice. That's the one you're buying.
I love that.
I fucking love it. Also, I think it's called Sun King. Yeah, Sun King is the name of a beer. They release a new beer every year at Gen Con, and they sell out immediately. So it's really cool. It's a lot like Dark Lord, where people
Yeah.
go nuts for it. So it's board games, it's collector board games, it's role playing, LARPing, it's everything in between that you can think of. But there's this thing also for the weekend called spouse activities.
Spouse?
Yeah, the people who didn't really want to come. who aren't into gaming,
Okay.
there's shit for them to do too.
Like what are these activities?
Well, let me show you, because I was always against them. I was always into like, I want to play the games. I want to do all this fun shit. Until my wife came and she didn't want to play all the games all the time. But I wanted to spend time with her. So we took a dice bag making class where we made chainmail dice bags.
It's chainmail. These actually look like spoons for like a fishing spoon.
I thought they looked like dragon scales.
No, I'm like talking about like where these things come from.
Dragon scales, John.
Yeah, obviously. Well, how cool.
So there's tons of stuff like that. There's like yoga classes. Our friend Andrew is going on the very popular Gen Con Orc Stomp, which is, I believe, a 5 or 7 mile run just on one of the mornings. It's not a contest. You just do it with other people. Some of them dressed in costume, some of them not.
Will he be?
I don't know, because he and his wife do cosplay. So there's tons of this stuff, and we did like miniature painting and things like that. Are you familiar with what miniatures are?
Like for like 40K?
Yeah. Well, technically, I don't play 40K, but I do role play. So I'm going to show you some of my miniatures.
Just so people, so they know, when does this normally happen?
This happens every year, I believe, in August. It's usually like the first week of August, thereabouts.
If they wanted to get tickets, when would they have to get these tickets?
You would have had to get them early May or late April, I
So it's
believe.
like the people you're telling about, they're already SOL?
You could go now. You could go and stand in line and get tickets. Tickets will still be available. But signing up for stuff is a completely different beast.
Okay.
As I was saying before, the list of shit to do is tremendously large. This is going to be off the top of my head. I don't know if it's real or not, but they release a Excel spreadsheet that is keep adding to. They just keep adding to it up until the con actually is over. They will keep adding shit all weekend too. They'll keep adding events. They'll keep adding games and different versions and blah blah blah. And I think there's like 3,000 or 4,000 pages of this Excel spreadsheet. There's a fuck ton of things to do. If you are bored at Gen Con, it is only because you are not trying to find something.
Okay.
Okay, it is like there's so much fucking things to do. It's insane. And because of going to this convention, I went to other like a comic book convention where it's just of a floor of sellers, like vendors come in and sell stuff. And Gen Con does have that, but that is like the smallest part about going to the con.
I want you to tell me about the unique things you can buy there. But first,
Yep.
what I see in front of me is I have it looks like a small antique wooden chest that fits in the palm of your hand.
Yeah, thereabouts. Yeah, a little tiny.
And it looks old with a mahogany red. It's rich and smells of mahogany.
It smells of mahogany. So you asked about stuff you can buy. So I'm going to show you this first.
Okay.
These are my gemstone dice.
Are these opal?
There's something I forget which
An
one. it
opalite?
is. Yes. They're awesome. You can there is so. Let me grab the other ones. There is so many different kinds of dice there. It's insane. Also, this is my real dice bag.
There's a very tiny thing of dice in here too that are they are a fraction of a pinky.
Those are my
These are probably I'd say maybe like a centimeter by a centimeter.
They're
Not even that.
tiny.
Maybe a half a centimeter by a half a centimeter. That is itty bitty.
Those are my my wish dice.
Wish dice.
So like in a game, I'm like, I really hope I get through this. And
does it make you feel huge? You're like, "Roar."
So these are like some of my favorite dice to play with. They're really pretty. But
Okay.
these are my real dice. These are the dice I play with normally, and this is my real dice bag. It is it says on it the Fiery Hand of Doom, which is the joke from Gamers Darkness Rising, and I got most of the actors and the director and the producer to sign it.
Oh, how cool!
Yeah. They were really fucking cool fucking people.
All right, so this it's a red bag. There are a lot of dice that just came out of this Tiny little bag of holding.
These are the actual dice I play with on a regular basis.
So what would be the reason to have multiple sizes?
I mean,
So he's got one. He's got the one he has in his hand now is about the size of a golf ball.
yeah.
That would be. It looks like a D20 to me.
This is a D20.
Very colorful and ornate.
And I have 3 of those. And what it comes to is like everyone has their rituals with dice.
Okay.
Like they even have like there's joke videos on the internet where it's like send your dice that roll very bad numbers to this training camp and we'll whip it into shape and send it back and fun stuff like that. But basically what it comes down to is what colors do you like? What makes you happy? I like the big ones just because they feel nice.
Can you mind if I?
Yeah, please. Oh my God. Dice that you can't play with are really, really sad.
This is way lighter than I thought it would be.
Now, they do make metal ones. Like if you see this is a metal dice. Please don't roll that
That
on the
is
table.
heavier. Okay,
Here,
so the
here, you
metal
roll it
one
on
he
this.
gave me, a metal one, and it's gold and red. Looks really cool, actually. This
Yeah.
one, but it is like maybe a quarter of the size of the golf ball size one, and probably 10 times as heavy.
Yeah.
Super heavy. So why do you have so many heavy ones if you can't? I feel like these would roll really cool.
They roll really good, but I have it upstairs. It's called a dice rolling mat. It's just a piece of felt that like folds up on the side so it doesn't go everywhere.
Okay.
They're really nice. And these are all metal.
So inside of here, he has lots of D20s. He has
Yeah.
what are the triangle ones?
Triangle ones are D4s.
D4s, some typical dice, the 6-sided dice.
6 sides. We
But
got
then now he's got like coins. It looks
Yep.
like. So is this a yes or no? This is
Basically.
a 2-sided dice.
it is a
Technically?
a 20 or a 1. So basically it's a 50-50. For those who don't know what a D20
Oh, I
is.
love that.
Yeah.
A 20 or a 1.
It's-
That is
it's-
so
it's-
awesome.
It's either you do it perfectly or you fail unbelievably.
Oh, I love that.
And
The
it's a-
50-50.
yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
I thought those were a lot.
That is
of
a
fun.
that's a neat coin. Have you heard of like challenge coins and stuff like that that they have?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Bob's got a bunch of them.
Really?
That he's had from all over. I got.
Do you
about-
really?
I probably got about 20 or 30
No
coins
shit.
from all over. Yeah, I love the coin. It's just a neat thing. I've always wanted I always thought it would be cool to have a coin for Los Dudes.
Oh, that would be really cool.
I think having a coin or maybe even a
Do you
dice or
want
something like that.
Would you like that?
Yeah,
Cool.
dude. Yes. Look at that. Boop. I'm taking that one home with me. That
Nice.
is super neat.
Yeah, the metal dice are basically, they just feel really cool. But like the gem dice, they make them out of like tons of different like stones and.
I saw something online where you can get dice made out of human bone.
Yep. I've seen that too, and I've seen that at Gen Con.
Who owned that bone before
I
it
don't
became
know.
your dice?
I don't know.
If I lost a leg or something, I would want to have dice made out of
Right?
like my leg.
Me too. And they would always fail, just like my fucking leg did.
Okay. Okay. So the again, I said there's lots of dice in here.
Oh.
I am seeing one die. So it's a 6-sided die. It looks like it's metal or maybe like plastic. But I have like it looks like a coffee mug,
Yeah.
a mustache,
Yes, sir.
a film. Let's see, the letter A.
Yep.
A musical notes. This is a slice of cheese. I'm pretty certain. Right? Am I right? That's a slice of cheese, right?
Here.
Okay, so he's got a bunch of them.
Yep. And there's a very specific reason why I don't like that game. I am super not a fan of that game.
What is this game?
This is an improv game. I've played it a couple times. I really hate it. It's not fun.
Do you like improv?
I love improv.
Do you really?
I love it. But what that is it's a shitty game, but it is made by a company that makes probably my favorite game ever, which is Munchkin.
Okay,
I love you. We've played Munchkin
I have.
to ad nauseum on other. levels.
I enjoy Munchkin.
I do too.
It is the rule of reading the rules. Yes. I think if you read law code or if you have to interpret code for a living, it is a very intelligent game because you can roll rules into rules into rules, and remembering where a situation could apply to a rule that you have.
Yes.
Very entertaining. The mechanics of that game are really cool.
It's
Tell more people about that because like some of the rules and like the one-off games where like you could just have a random card at a tournament and you do.
That's what we're going to get into. Every year at Gen Con, I play in the World Series. Gen Con holds their World Series competition there.
Okay.
And I always have to play in it. 1 year, I made it into the finals. I did not win.
How many people would be in the finals?
8 people. Every game consists
in
of
the
8
world,
people.
there was 8 people
Yep.
and you were one of them.
Yep.
Super cool. What year was that?
2016, 17? I think it was 16.
Okay.
I think so. The year after that, I got totally hosed on the first round. And didn't even make it past the first round. It is an insane amount of fun. So real quick, Munchkin is basically Dungeons and Dragons with zero storytelling, and that's what Dungeons and Dragons is like most known for is the storytelling. It's like living a life in a game in your mind and fun. Munchkin is here's a bunch of numbers. Are your numbers higher than this guy numbers? You win. Good job.
I think it's more.
No,
way
it
more.
absolutely is. But
Yeah.
at its core, that's what it is. You play with other people, and the most fun thing about Munchkin is you are trying to beat monsters to go up in levels, and whoever hits level 10 first wins. But you are constantly shitting on every other player and stabbing them in the back to try to get past them so you can win. And they're constantly doing the exact same thing to you. Munchkin is hands down one of my favorite games because at its core, after reading it, it's insanely simple, but it can be wildly complex the way you play. Just like you said, it is gotten me into more arguments than I'd like to admit, and it is lawyer ruling over and over and over.
The interpretation of the
Yep.
card, I feel, would not. Is there an authority having
Yes.
jurisdiction for this?
Every game. Well, okay, so every game at the World Cup, whatever it's called, the World Series, has a referee. And the referees are there to watch the game and to interpret for you. And these are the guys who actually write the cards. So
I have to interpret building code often.
Yeah.
And in clever ways figure out how to do things.
Mm-hmm.
This is why you hire an architect, by the way, because they're better at interpreting. They're building lawyers. They're better at interpreting the code. But if you're in a weird gray area, there's one woman in the state of Illinois. Her name's Felicia Burton, who you have to write to say, all right, this is my weird predicament, and you are the authority in
Yep.
this state. Is there that?
there is.
Okay.
I'm forgetting his last name, but his name is Andrew. He is the Munchkin Czar. You can write to him and tell him about your story, and he will give you a definite answer. He used to be on the Reddit Munchkin board a lot, but I don't think he is anymore. He's actually a pretty nice guy.
So if he writes something on the Reddit board and you have it printed out,
Yeah, you have it.
and
for
you
life.
bring it,
Yeah.
and then you bring it to a tournament and say,
could.
"This is how it's done because what was his name?"
Andrew.
No, the Czar.
Andrew. He is the Munchkin Czar.
No, I know, but if I said like I have a subreddit where you made a comment, and this is now the rule of law because it's written in a subreddit.
I would argue that as yes. Because the end-all, be-all rule of Munchkin is read the fucking card.
Read the fucking card. That is right.
And so many times I have lost because I didn't read it correctly. So
I think
there's
one of
that.
the funnest games I think I ever had was when Andy's sister played.
Oh my God, she's malicious.
Because I would say she's malicious, but she's.
I love her.
That broad played for keeps. And that's because when you and I like played before, it was just like,
It's like fun.
Hey, John, you want to play this? And it's like, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and you were just fun to play. What was her name?
Lynn.
Lynn's just like, I'm gonna take all of you bastards out, and she like had the game face and like was trying to murder everybody.
Oh my
But the thing is like it raised the stakes and it made it very, very fun because of that.
So that's exactly what the World Tournament's like. The year I got into the finals, everyone at the final table was okay. There's 8 of us, 7 of us. It was the coolest fucking thing ever. It's just a lot of people just like immediately understood each other and just wanted to have a great game. That's what it's about. One guy was there to win. He was not there to have fun. He was there to win. And the end-all, be-all prize of winning the Munchkin tournament is a piece of paper from Steve Jackson, the guy who created the game.
Is this the czar?
No. Steve the god of Munchkin, the originator,
The creator of the
creator,
cone
yes.
of the cones of Dunshire.
Yes, exactly. The architect.
The architect.
You get a piece of paper that says every game you ever play moving forward, as long as you have that piece of paper, you may always start at level 2. Which doesn't sound like a very cool thing until you go to a tournament. And everyone at the table whips out that piece of paper, except for my punk ass, which I didn't have one. So
all those people were world champions?
All those people were champions before. The game's been going on for like 20 years. So my favorite thing about Munchkin is it's not just the game. You can buy expansion packs, you can buy other games, but they create items that can be played in the game. For instance, if you have
this is what I was talking about.
Yes.
I love this stuff.
Yes. So if you have a Munchkin shirt, every time you roll for damage, you automatically get +1. If you have a Munchkin pin on your shirt, you automatically get +2. If you have all these items, blah, 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 they can stack up and do amazing things. So in tournament play, you are allowed one more bonus item than anyone else at the table. So if everyone has 2 bonus items, you can have 3. Okay? So the guy who came to not be friendly brought a briefcase filled to the brim with the rarest items I've ever seen, including the Oreo cookie, which I will tell you about later. Everyone agreed we were all going to play with 1 bonus item only, which that guy got real fucking pissed at and called the guy over. He's like, I want to play with more. Like, these guys won't play with more of them. I want to play with all of them. And we all quietly decided to kick him out of the game first. So he was just being a dick the entire time.
Is that in the rules that you can kick somebody
you can
out?
No, you can't kick him out, but you can kill him in the game. And we all did.
Did everybody just say, you're not going to be here?
Pretty much. It was like
You
everyone just looked
suck.
at each other. We're like, no, we're good. So the slot of the game was allotted for 2 hours. We ended up playing for 6.
For one game?
For one game. It was the best game I've ever played. The only reason I was able to stay, this is not it, but this is what I'm kind of going to be talking about.
So what I'm looking at right now looks like a bookmark.
That's exactly it.
Okay. It looks like a bookmark. It's really, really coolly drawn with the art from Munchkins.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm reading is the official Munchkin bookmark. Yeah, reading is hard. The official Munchkin bookmark of nefarious necromancy.
Yep. So there are hundreds and hundreds of these. These are promo items they hand out at libraries or things like that. And I found one called whatever the fuck this name of this game is, which I forget. It's an improv game with these improv dice, right?
Okay.
So it had this logo on it. The reason I don't have it is to use these, you have to tear this up and throw it, and then it's activated. So you can only use these once. Okay? So the cool part about the bookmark was that if I tore it up, I could use this for as many pieces of cardboard paper that I tore up. I can use it that many times.
Does this have something to do with the undead?
Oh, no, this is a different bookmark. I've never been able to find the same bookmark again.
Okay.
Because it's cherished. What it does, in any single combat, either versus a monster or another player, I am allowed to roll one of these dice per combat, per dice you have, and as long as you act out what it says on top as if you're in the game, and as if you're LARPing in the game, you get +5 to your damage.
So what you just pointed at was a musical note. If I sang,
That's it. That's what everyone agreed on too. If that rolled up, everyone made me sing.
but you would get a +5.
I would get +5 to my side. So if I was going for level 9 and everyone was trying to attack me, I had to find a tiny little shred of the bookmark, put it off to the side, saying, I'm using this piece. That piece is gone now forever. I'm going to roll this, whatever it is. I have to act it out.
What happens if a mustache rolls? One of the things on there is a mustache.
They all have different things. I think the mustache is like high society or something like that. Like there's actual
that's the
rules.
pinkies up one?
There's actual rules to everything.
Okay.
So you are allowed to do that
Immediate
per combat
British accent.
for as many dice as you have, and that's why I went out of my way to buy these dice. So just to do this one thing. And this lasted me probably 3 hours in the game. Because I tore that fucking bookmark up real tiny. I just kept using it over and over and over. It was fucking great. It was so much fun. And it was not like, it was one of those things that everyone was like, you son of a bitch. And like they would bring their cool thing out.
So what's with the cookie?
The cookie is one of the rarest Munchkin items there is. I've seen it sell on eBay for over $1,000. I have always wanted one.
And it is?
Always, always, always. So the artist of Munchkin, every time I see him, I get a new card drawn by him. That's not a card. And after like seeing him like, a dozen or so times, he even made me. But he asked me, he goes, you must play this a lot. What is the one item you've always wanted? And I said, I want the cookie badly. He goes, I just found like 8 of them in my freezer. And my heart stopped for a second thinking he was going to give me one of the Oreo cookies. But instead, he drew me
a substitute
cookie.
This card counts as a Munchkin cookie, but you don't have to eat it. How cool.
So one of the jokes in the game about the cookie is, you have to
tear it? Do you have to tear it when you're done?
It doesn't say it. Read the fucking card.
This card counts as a Munchkin cookie, but you don't have to eat it, which means
I can use it forever.
So what does the cookie do?
The cookie brings you back to life no matter what.
This is the strongest card in the world.
One of. There's a tower defense card.
How do you get defeated if you could never die?
You can only use the card once.
I just said, do you have to tear it up when you're done?
It acts as no, you don't have to tear it up, but you can only use it once per game. That is the cookie rule.
This is literally, that's a cool card.
It is a comeback from the dead, holy like shit kind of card. So that is my cherished little prize card right there. There's another card that's very highly wanted because it was a misprint. They forgot to say you could only do this certain amount of times, and they misprinted instead of +5, they did +50. So it's devastating. And since they printed it, they count it as canon. They will not take it back and say, well, we fucked up. No, we fucked up. Have fun. So I've seen that go for a couple $100 online too. But the cookie is really rare. So the joke about the cookie is people want to use it all the time, but since they're like 25 years old, they don't want to eat the cookie.
So it's an Oreo cookie?
Yeah. It's just an Oreo cookie with like Munchkin printed on top.
Like how do you? So what Jay showed me were like all these cards and like a really heavy plastic.
They're called top loaders.
Card protector, essentially.
Yeah.
How do you protect a cookie?
Like a cookie in real life?
They just put it in like a plastic bag.
That guy with the briefcase had one. He had a cookie in like a little plastic case, like you would put like a little tiny toy or something.
Now, with Munchkin,
yeah,
they're always drawing like Vikings with horn helmets.
Yeah, well,
can you get a horn helmet?
I have one upstairs. It's fucking awesome. It also comes with a beard.
Wait, it came with a beard?
Well, you gave it to.
Oh, I provided the beard. Okay,
you provided the beard. So this is the treasure chest.
All right, back to the treasure chest.
Back to the treasure chest.
I thought you pulled that out of the treasure chest. You did not.
No.
Okay.
So these are some of my minis from various role-playing games I was a part of. These are bad dice.
Okay.
They've failed me too many times.
All right, so he's pulled out, it looks like a rock monster.
Yeah.
He's a small rock monster about the size of a golf ball.
That was my Dungeons and Dragons. I'm forgetting his. Oh, fuck. I haven't played that in so long. He's a war machine. What are they called? There's a. Every D&D player listening right now is like, you're fucking. Yeah.
And then another thing that he brought out was a little plastic container with with black and red dice that he said
These are
have failed him. Are they? Is this like punishment? They're never allowed to roll ever
Yes.
again.
Well, I mean,
I like that.
When they've earned their freedom, they
Do you ever take them out for a walk?
No.
You should take a little Sharpie marker and draw bars on there. And a little padlock.
These are Andy's who failed her, and she has like one little frosty.
So like, okay, so if you rolled dice and it failed you, you put it in a penitentiary.
That's what I do. Not everyone.
I do
does
like
it.
that. There's like this dice will never see the light of day.
That's why they're in the treasure chest. They're not allowed to live.
Oh, that's like the man in the iron mask.
Yeah.
I like that. You should. Oh, if you just
should draw bars.
completely coat them so you can't even see the
Just
number.
opaque.
It's just opaque. These used to be dice. You can't even tell what side it is anymore.
Oh, shave them all down so you can't feel
I like that
anything.
even more.
Now you're meaningless.
Now you have no side. Oh, the dice with no side. What would that be?
Ooh, that's kind of a dark story.
That is dice with no side. What would that like? That's like a borderline band name right there. What would the dice with no side be?
No side dice.
No sided dice.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have sides,
Or
no numbers.
Zero D.
0D.
Oh my God. I'm not good at your band name game, but Zero D would be on my list.
0D. All right, it's going on the list.
I'll take that as a huge honor. So the next, I have this little rock monster. He's a, what are they called? And anyway, I'm turning into an old man. This guy over here with a gas mask and looking badass with a shotgun and an axe, that is from my game of All
zombies?
Flesh Must Be Eaten.
Okay.
That's a fun fucking game. It's a zombie survival.
Is this the one that you made yourself?
No. The one I made myself is called Among the Living. And
I really enjoyed that.
I really want to do more with that, and I've actually thought about how to minimize that. The one over here is my favorite character I've ever had in any role-playing game. Her name is Gwen. Rule number 1 about role-playing games is you don't talk about your character. So I'm going to leave it at that because it's really fucking tacky.
Can I look at Gwen?
You can.
Hey, lady. So are these things metal? Oh, no, they're plastic.
Some of them are.
All right. Gwen,
Some of them are metal.
Gwen looks like she's reading from a book. My guess is the Necronomicon.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
And
Something
little
like
red
that.
dress, strappy shoes, and it appears to be she's hiding a gun behind her.
Oh, it shouldn't. That's a fantasy tale. That's a Dungeons and Dragons storyline.
It's a tail.
No.
Like
it's fantasy. They shouldn't have any modern weapons.
This is the guy with the axe and the shotgun.
Oh, those are just bags.
Those are just bags.
Yeah.
This guy looks like he's got a vest, no sleeves, some sort of black mask is what I'm looking at right here. Okay. Very, very Ash-esque.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for.
see that.
I was going for like an Ash assassin who constantly failed. Like he
And-
thought he was awesome, but no one else liked him.
And then the rock guy looks like the monster that got hit by a snowball in Frozen, who is also my favorite character in Frozen.
That's supposed to be steel with like wire underneath them. I'm not as good as Bob at painting these, so I didn't do a very good job.
Bob used to acquire them at Prosex. Prosex was like this place that I don't know if anybody, I think everybody would probably know who's
Prosex?
probably listening. Prosex was the place that was right down the street from you on High Lake Avenue.
Is that what it was called?
Prosex, yeah.
I thought it was like something greenhouse.
It was a landscape place. But
Yeah.
Prosex was the name of
the model
place.
store.
There was a model store and a place where they sold like plants.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was an old guy, World War II veteran.
Yeah, a lot of military minis
Walked
in
around
there.
with. Yeah, I wonder what that guy's story was.
That would actually be super interesting to hear.
I wonder what's there now. I've not driven on High Lake Road and looked over at Prosex in forever.
Ibuprofen, Aaron the bag too, because
Yeah. How many points do you get for ibuprofen?
everyone loves me for.
You gotta watch with that stuff. That'll destroy your kidneys.
That's what I heard.
My mom's kidneys are almost toast because
Really?
of ibuprofen. Yeah, just taking it too much.
No shit.
Yeah, you gotta watch with that.
So I brought one last thing, and I think you've played this with
I have. This is a very fun game. I immediately went online.
We're gonna open this up and play it.
Right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
because Gen Con is all about playing games.
Okay.
Whenever you gotta go, totally understand.
No, I just want to make sure we.
So What we are playing, ladies and gentlemen out there, this is called Apotheca. And the reason I like Apotheca, and the reason I'm playing this, is because Andrew and I played this. This was not on the list of things to do for the weekend at Gen Con for us. We had never heard of this. We walked by it, and they were play testing this. And the creator of the game would sit down at everyone's table and ask them questions like, what do you like about it? What don't you like about it? What do you think can make it better? And we were absolutely floored by how fun this game is. It looks and plays ridiculously simple, but I've never played another game like this. What it is you have a 4x4 map in front of you where you can place cards, and the cards are face down, and on the opposite side are red potions, blue potions, and yellow potions. The point of the game is to line 3 up, face up, and then you get to satisfy 1 apothecary. You can have as many apothecaries as you can buy, and apothecaries give you special powers of how you can move the cards. You said you played this.
I do.
You liked it. What was your opinion of it?
The rules on which you get to move the board around, I thought was super neat. You have to you can only, if I can remember correctly, you can only have 1 or 2 at one time. But I think you can do so much with just 1 card.
Yep.
And there's like rules where like, all the corners will turn 1 thing, or you can switch out 2 cards, and it's like it's strategy and puzzle all at once.
Yes.
And
yes.
It's also kind of a game of wits.
It's a game of bluffing
big time game of bluffing. So it's like poker and Tetris and Strategio.
Tetris. That's a really good way of putting it. So I'm building the board right now, and there are colored gems.
I think these little things are kind of silly though. I don't know what the hell those are for.
So those are going to host.
So he's putting all
Yes.
there's little yellow diamonds, little red diamonds, little blue diamonds, and then there's these little kind of pieces of cardboard that kind of have the area. I don't know. I think those are kind of like if he built like a little like ashtray type thing to hold them in, that'd be better.
Now you're talking about astronomical more cost for the game.
Yeah, I know.
Especially something that's low print run.
No, I'm just saying, like if I were to like up the game, I would have some sort of tray that those things would go in.
So,
because obviously he has enough volume in this box to probably fit those things.
It could.
And if you had some sort of like plastic form liner, it would have cost
shuffle these.
Maybe a penny to include that.
Not that way.
Form liner?
You would actually be pretty amazed, because when we were doing our game, we were looking at costs of printing. And then eventually we just said, fuck it, let's go to a print-on-demand service, because we can't guarantee we're going to sell all these. So this game, I believe, cost me $45 to buy. By creating these as plastic or a tray, this would probably jump up to like $60, $65.
Unless you
Not just for that, but then for redesigning the box.
Yeah, but if you have like
layout.
if you have a place where you can have the form liners made for, like, once you set up a form liner, it costs practically nothing after that.
But then you have to redesign the box. You have to redesign a lot of stuff.
That's what I'm saying. It's for the
I'm not
next
saying
run.
Everything.
I'm just saying, how do you make things better? That's how you make things better.
Good point. Okay, so I am placing underneath the cardboard things that John was pointing out, that are the different colors. I am placing apothecaries. Apothecaries all have different move special abilities. Think of them kind of like Street Fighter.
Can I read these?
Yeah, please.
All right. So under the yellow one, if I get 3 in a row, I will be able to get how many? I would get 3.
So how to get the apothecaries is you're going to flip over a tile on the board, and whatever color that is, you get one of those gems.
One of the yellow, red, or blue.
Yes.
And now where he has laid out the apothecaries, which are the cards of the things that you could do, you can buy it. Correct.
Correct. You can buy an apothecary.
And I need to. It costs 2.
3.
3.
Oh no, I'm sorry. 2 of each, or 3 of one of each.
One of each. Okay.
Yes.
So for the yellow, this apothecary is called Geda, and it's called Faithful Float. Choose any inner row or column, move its position one space orthogonally, edges wrap around, that can be super powerful.
And that's like
essentially
Pac-Man.
like Pac-Man. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was going to say. It's just like Pac-Man rules. And it's, again, like you said, it's a 4x4 board. The next card is do you have any like favorite cards? Where you see it and you're like, oh,
he's up on the board. Actually, not so much a favorite, a one that terrifies me, because it literally changes the entire play of the game. And he is the last one up over here.
that's the end
Yeah,
one?
that's
like
the-
your
that's the
actual
scary
card
one.
on here is the, okay. So
That's
I
the
look
scary
forward to it. The next one is called Root of the Gold. And this is if you have two red. This one is called Gold Grab. Swap a yellow potion, swap a potion adjacent to it with other potion, except for the chosen yellow potion.
So you get to pick one of those cards. You don't swap that one. You swap one next to it.
And you can always see the card that
Yes,
I have,
yes,
right?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So everybody,
Nothing's hidden.
it's like you're playing with magic,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody knows the type of magic that you're using. All right, the next card that I have,
So this game is technically called a board tile flipper.
this is for 2 blue, and it's the Masked Woman. The Spirit Switch. Swap 2 potions that are 3 spaces away in an L shape. So essentially the way that a knight moves.
A knight. Correct.
Okay,
Andy
and then-
hates that one. I don't know why. I think that one's super fun.
And then the one that terrifies Jay
It's scary, man.
is called the Tide Master. Oh, I remember this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you showed me this. All right, this is called Wizarding Winds. Choose a side of the market. Move all potions towards the side as far as possible.
Like
That
literally
is-
anything you had planned is gone to shit.
Yeah, you just kind of...
You just go with the tide, man. You just go with the waves.
That's cool.
So, do you want to be player 1 or player 2? Player 1 gets to set the tiles on the board. And what we're going to do...
Do I get to look at them if I set them?
That's what we're doing. So you're going to take two of yours right now,
Can I look at them?
flip them up immediately. If you have a
Two.
specialty one, I think there's only 4 or 5 specialty ones. We're going to put those back in the deck, and you'll
right.
know which one is.
So I have 2.
Yep, just-
Can I look at them?
Yep, flip them up,
I flip them up.
and
Okay.
we're going to put these in the corner.
That's a specialty
That's a
one.
specialty one. Put that back in your deck,
Okay.
and then this is your card for what you can do per round.
All right. So I got... On my side, I have 2 blue gems.
Mm-hmm.
And on Jay's side, he has a yellow to his left and a red to his right.
Now we don't get these gems. This is just how the game starts.
This
okay?
is how the game starts.
So the first person has to take 2 cards, put them diagonally in the board, facing you. See the little arrow on top?
Yes.
When the arrow on top is facing you, that means you can look at it anytime you want. Okay? So anytime this is on the board, you can always look at it.
Okay.
Okay? The advantageous part of going first is you get to know what goes where. The advantageous part about going second is I have more abilities to do quicker. And then starting the third round, everything's even. So I just once you put your cards down,
Now I can put it
You're
anywhere,
done.
anywhere in the middle.
yes, but they
And
have
I
to
can
be
choose anyone
diagonally.
that I want.
Yes. So do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, so while John is picking, no, you don't get to look at which ones go which. You just
Oh,
draw.
Let me-
You just draw 2, and you can look at them, and then you can choose where you want them to go.
okay. I'm just taking 2 off the top. This
So
guy's got
every
one.
round, you're allowed to do 2 things. One of them is called reveal, meaning you get to flip a card upside, and then you get a gem for the corresponding color. The other is restock. Restock means you add more face down cards to the marketplace. They have to be, so that one has to go there.
Okay.
And then if there are less than, hold on, it actually says it on here. If there are less than 3 face down cards in the market, you have to restock the market. One of your things you do has to be restocking. Okay?
Okay.
Okay? Or you can use a power from your apothecary to move stuff around. Or you can buy. You can buy an apothecary. You can do 2 of those things per round. That's it. and you cannot do two of the same. Okay?
All right.
I'll walk you through it
I can
again.
reveal.
You can
I can
reveal.
restock. I can power, or I could hire.
Yep. That's it.
Okay.
So I'm going to go first. And my first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip a card. I'm going to reveal. I got a red potion, so I'm going to take a red gem. I wonder if this is interesting to listen to.
I don't know.
I know it would be fun like for a video, but like I'm having a fucking ball. So that's what matters.
So fuck everybody else who's listening.
Fuck everyone else who's listening. So the next thing I can do, I can't buy because I don't have enough gems. But since there are less than 3 face down in the market, I have to restock, and I can restock up to 3. Okay, so you don't get to see these. Now I get to put these in a strategic area, hoping you don't flip them to make a 3-way, and hope that I do. This is where the strategy starts to come in.
Oh, strategery.
Oh, strategy. I'll put you there. And I'm making sure the arrow is facing me so I don't get fucked by that later. I'm going to put you over there. Okay, my turn is done. I have done my 2 things. It is your turn.
My turn. I want to. Okay, so I can reveal.
Mm-hmm.
I can restock. So there's 3 cards down now. There always has to be 3 stocked or 3 cards down, correct?
Hold on. God, my
If there are
fucking
fewer
eyes
than
terrible.
3 face down in the market, look place face down market. So 3 in the market. Okay, so yeah. So if I put one down, I get the reveal. Okay, I got it.
Okay. Fewer than 3. Sorry.
Yep.
Fewer
I'm
than
gonna reveal.
Okay. You got a yellow, so you can take a yellow gem.
Oh, I have a yellow gem on my side.
Mm-hmm.
Jay has a red one right now.
Dun, dun, dun.
And now I have to stock because there's 2 cards down and there always
There's
has to be 3.
Right. Make sure the arrow's facing you.
And the arrow has to be facing me.
I mean, you don't have to. As soon as that card goes down and that arrow faces me, it's mine. Read the fucking card.
If I do it in the wrong direction.
No, I mean, that's just a faux pas. That's just,
Okay.
During Munchkin, we always shout out RTFC. Read the fucking card.
RTFC.
I mean, that's what me and Andy do. Because
you guys are being douchebags.
we're total douchebags to each other, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just yelling it at strangers at the thing. Hey, I can't wait to go to Indianapolis and
Read the fucking card.
yell at people to read the fucking card.
All right, I'm going to flip because I have nothing else to get. I flipped a yellow, so I get a yellow gem. And I can't do anything. I still don't have an apothecary, and I still don't have anything else, so I'm going to restock the market. Okay, I am good. I am placing my card down on the table with the arrow facing me.
Oh, shit.
I almost said the color, by the way, because I'm like so in like commentary mode.
All right, so now I got my cards. We have 2 yellows in a row. We have 2 reds in a row, and then 2 blues in a corner and a red and yellow in the corners. And all I can really do right now is flip.
Well, there's 2 yellows in a row, 1 red.
So if I can pick up one of these, then I can just get a card, correct?
Technically, no. Here's the issue. If you do 3 now, you're not satisfying an apothecary.
What if I pick up a yellow? If I just grab a yellow.
If you pick up a yellow, like if this was a yellow right here, you have to get 3 in a row, orthogonically, not diagonally.
Okay.
If you get 3 in a row, you get a yellow. Yes, you can get that. And since if you flipped and buy on the same turn, but that's it because you can only do two things per turn.
Okay. So it would only help me for the next turn.
Correct.
Gotcha.
That's where the game really comes in, like to be interesting, because it really allows everyone to have a chance. What I like about this is there's not just one way to play. There's actually, I believe, 4 or 5 different ways to play. Oh, we got a red. You can play this with 2 people. You can play it with 3. You can play it 4. Each person gets to go, or 3 versus 1, which is really fun. Or you can technically play this solo, which I tried it once. It's a little confusing, but it does work. It's pretty cool.
Because you're forced to. You're forced to play yourself.
Yeah, kinda, but you're not playing against yourself. Like there's actual rules. Like the other the computer, quote unquote, has very certain rules that you have to follow. So like you're technically not playing yourself; you're playing a set of rules, which not a lot of board games have solo games. It's very rare.
Yeah, like the Game of War, like Minesweeper.
Yeah, well, I mean,
There's not a lot
yeah,
of like solo games.
There's definitely not.
What's the one that like everybody buys? Everybody has Microsoft Windows just so they can play the one game.
Isn't that Minesweeper or
No.
Solitaire?
Solitaire. Yeah.
People buy Windows so they can play or 50-cent card deck, $300 OS. Cool.
Yeah, but like the game just kind of cleans up for you.
Yeah. Do you know why
Maybe Solitaire.
that came on Windows?
Why Solitaire did?
Yeah,
Uh-uh.
because it taught you how to click and drag. So people who have never used a mouse before or any kind of computer OS, literally, they got engaged with how to use a mouse and how to function a computer through that game. That's why they put it on there.
Very clever.
Yeah. Okay, are you done? Did you get your gem?
Yes.
You did.
Now I have to put a card down.
Now you have to restock the market. And I gotta really hope I can get an apothecary soon.
Oh boy, this is a tough one.
See, here's the issue. Like John can put this down, and he can put the face down card next to other colors, and he can hope to flip it. But if I flip it, then I get the point. Now, unfortunately, I don't have an apothecary, so even if I flip it, that doesn't count as a point.
It is a coinkydink, huh?
And by the way, sorry, I did not mention this. The first to satisfy 3 apothecaries wins. This game can last a long time, or it can go pretty quick.
I can see it going pretty quick.
Have you ever played Dominion with me?
I have not.
Dominion's a lot of fun. I didn't want to bring it down today because it's a little bit of a learning curve the first time.
Uh-huh.
It does get super easy. Like that's the game Andy and I will play if we're watching a movie or having a conversation about real stuff like taxes or something. We'll just play Dominion because technically you're just playing yourself, and there's other people also playing, but you're not playing against them. Okay.
You just need a little bit of a dopamine surge while you're doing something awful.
No, I mean the game is yeah. Okay, yes. I thought you meant like the game's terrible, so I need something else to put my mind away. Blue. I just flipped up my own card to make sure I had a card available, so I knew which one. Oh no, that one's yours. I was gonna check it.
I win the game immediately if you do
So
that.
I'm going to flip a card. I got a blue, which means I'm going to.
You can buy the
I'm
floppy one.
going to buy
The terrifying
the
card.
Tide Master. Now I flip a new card over into the deck, and this is Corvitas. Corvitas moves. God damn, dude, my eyesight is terrible. Come on, open up a phone.
Something about Cletus. What'd you say?
Corvitas. Corvitas moves a potion 1 or more spaces orthogonically. It may move through other potions.
Oh, snap, crackle, pop.
For those of you who aren't sure what the word orthogonically means, don't-
Orthogonally.
orth-
And to those who don't say orthogonally correctly,
I never knew what that word meant until I played this game. It just means like, straight one way or the other.
it's a common architectural term for drawing
Whatever, dude.
drawing things in ortho.
So I flipped, I bought, I'm done.
Okay. Now it's my turn.
Now it's your turn.
So I have a red and a yellow, and I can't
yep.
do anything.
Nope, not yet.
But what I can do is... No, hold on. There's 2 cards.
There are.
Which means that I can either fill it... What can I do?
Or flip. Here's where the game kind of gets fun. What order do you do your things in? Do you flip first and then refill 2 things on the market? Or do you grab 1 and place it very strategically and flip it?
Say that again?
So right now, you can basically only do 2 things.
Yes, I
Okay.
can either flip or I can replenish.
Or you can replenish. So what really is most interesting is in what order do you do those things? You can flip a card right now, get that gem, and then you can replenish 2 gems on the board, right? 2 potions on the board. Or you can grab a card off your deck, look at it, place it in a very right way, wherever it is on here that's advantageous to you, and flip it immediately to score 3. But since you do not have an apothecary, you cannot score a point. So it'll just take the potions off the board.
Well, I don't want to do that. I want a potion.
Okay. So,
So I'm going to flip.
advantageously, you should flip and then replace 2 to the board.
I should flip and then replace with 2.
Mhm.
Okay. So here's me flipping.
Flipping.
Oh.
Blue. Oh, shit.
Which means I can buy an apothecary on this.
So if
This is the bird one that you just said.
this is the bird one, I believe the rule here, read the fucking card, if there are less than 3, you have to replenish. So one of your turns has to replenish.
Well, there was less than 3 when you did it. Why didn't you replenish?
Did I fuck up? Read the fucking card. I think we got a show title.
Read the fucking
Read the
card.
fucking card. If there are fewer than 3 face down potions in the market, draw, look at, and place face down potions one at a time until there are 3 in the market. It actually doesn't say you have to. I've always played it that way, but technically it does not say you have to. If there are less than 3,
Which there are.
if you choose to do that option, it doesn't say. This is where that game rule lawyer comes in.
If there are fewer than 3 face down potions in the market, draw, look at, and place face down potions one at a time until there are 3 in the market.
That's a choice.
So you don't have to.
You don't have to.
But there can only be if it's 3, then you can't replenish if there's 3.
Correct.
Which only really applies until you have an apothecary.
Correct.
People are just doing it back and forth.
So
Okay.
you can buy an apothecary. You don't have to replenish. Read the fucking card. In my opinion, you can play this however you want. In my opinion, it's always better to have apothecaries, and you can have as many as you can get. You can be full up. You don't. There is no limit. Basically, it just gives you more abilities to, like, move the board.
So how does your card work?
My card, if I activate it, I will choose one side of the board. Let's say I choose your side.
And it just slides
and
everything?
I push everything over. So this would go here, this would go here. These would stay the same. This blue would go over here, and the yellow would go right here. Everything would move toward that one side of the board.
So yours doesn't really apply if you have a full board. If you have a full
Correct.
board, then it's not
I've
very
never
entertaining.
seen a full board, though, because I'm sure it can happen, but I think you would be able to get a 3 somewhere in there. I'm sure mathematically you can go about it, but there are cards here that allow you to switch potions around.
So if I can look at 2 and put them down, though.
Yes. So that would mean right now there is 1 face down card on the deck, on the board. John is going to put 2 more, but all of them face him, meaning he can look at every face down card. So he has the total advantage of gameplay right now. Shimmy, shimmy, shake. Shimmy,
Let me
shake.
spin. And when you flip this...
Yes,
Or no, so you can move the whole thing.
I can move the whole thing.
Or so it almost kind of doesn't matter where I go unless
It
I can
depends.
preemptively think about where it's going to go if you slide it.
Yes.
All right, that's where it's kind of hard. It's like,
And
where do I put this?
That's where the strategy comes in.
All right, let's do this.
You always
then.
have to look at what the other person can do power-wise. Okay, so that was your turn? You
Yeah.
exhausted everything?
I exhausted everything.
So you can buy next round, by the way, because you have enough gems to buy an apothecary. So I have a power now, but it might not be advantageous for me to do so unless I flip a card first. Then I get to feel where everything's at. So I'm going to flip this bad boy. Right, God damn it, that's not what I wanted. It was a red. And thank you, John. I'm gonna use my power. and move
slide it.
everything toward
That's
me.
why I put that one there. So I did it because I assumed Jay would slide it, and he got 3 reds in a row, which is exactly what I was hoping he was going to do, but he was going to do it in the opposite direction.
Okay, so I took 3 red potions off the board. I satisfied 1 apothecary. Now, since he's satisfied, I can never use that power again.
You can never use that power
That
again?
power's done. He went
Really?
home. He's done.
Okay. Okay.
You can only use it if they're unsatisfied.
So the scary one's off the board.
So I used both of my turns, by the way.
Okay.
So that one is like game shifting. It fucks up so many plans,
Well,
and
it's
I never
good.
get it. So this is new.
Now, it worked out in my favor. I knew that if the board slid that way, it would be red.
no! Did I fuck it up?
So I knew this one was locked in place.
Wait,
so I knew immediately.
Okay, go ahead.
I
Okay,
knew-
so you get a blue.
So I get a blue. Now, what should I have done? Because you're saying, oh, don't do that.
Don't take them off the board yet. You could have bought one of these guys and then flipped it, and then you would have satisfied him immediately. Right now, that does not count as a point.
No.
Correct.
Well,
It's all about the order.
it is all about the order. Okay. So, well, that really sucks. That really sucks. Oh, well. So I have two,
Hubris.
2 blue, a yellow, and a red.
Mm-hmm.
So
can-
I can either buy a blue or I can buy the multi.
Okay.
So with the blue,
the blue this round is the night movement.
this is the night movement, the spirit switch, or
Yep.
the other one. Can you?
And the other
hand
one
that
is you can move 1 or more orthogonically, and you can go through other potions.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah, that's
I'm
pretty
totally-
powerful. Now make sure
I'm
you
doing
spend
that
your
one.
coins or gems.
Coins spent.
Yeah,
Where do you put those when yours are
Just
done?
in here.
Oh, put 'em back?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what
And I
get.
will say, so the plastic gems I really like. It's a super nice touch because most of the time they just give you little cardboard pop-outs, and they just get so ratty and shitty. I like the plastic pieces.
So I'm done now.
You are done now. So basically, I can't do much. I need to take. You know what? I'm going to be smart about this. I'm going to take 2 cards. I'm going to replenish first. And I boned myself, but that's fun. You know, boning yourself. I love boning myself. What's your power? You can move orthogonically,
Even through things.
even through things.
It stays crunchy even in milk.
What's that line from Chang from Community? Fire doesn't go through doors. It's not a ghost, stupid. And then he does
Dude,
it.
what do you think about-
the next season? He flips it around.
When they were playing the D&D
Dungeons and Dragons.
and they got rid of that entire episode because he was wearing blackface
I
as a night elf.
just heard about that.
It was like one of the most meaningful episodes because they did that because the kid was going to kill himself.
Uh-huh.
And they wanted him to feel, to give him confidence and not make him feel bad. And they took it out. It was awful.
I thought it was really shitty. Yvonne Brown, the lady who plays, I think that's her name, Yvonne Brown. I placed my cards, and I'm going to flip one. Yellow. She had a really good video on YouTube recently about it, where she talked about like a lot of people in the black community. You can. Is that what you want to do for your power?
I'd use the power and then it's satisfied.
And then it's satisfied.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide. I'm sliding my yellow over. I get
Yep.
3 in a row.
Yep.
And my apothecary is
Satisfied. It is
Satisfied.
now 1-1.
now 1-1. And then I
You
can
do-
replenish now.
You can do one more thing, or you can flip.
Or I can flip.
Yeah. Yeah. I think your name is Yvette Brown. Yvonne Brown.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not good with like
black
actors'
girl.
real names. Yeah. Yeah. She had a really nice video that says basically they took a beautiful episode, took it out of rotation because some people got butt hurt by being a drow, not blackface, drow. Wildly different.
All right, I'm going to flip.
Do it.
All right.
Red.
We got red is up.
Shit.
Okay.
Okay. It's my turn.
What's a drow?
A drow is a offshoot of an elf race, but they've lived underground, so their skin has turned black.
So it's like an orc.
I mean, kinda, but they're still elves. You know, they ride spiders. That's
Like-
pretty cool.
Like an orc.
Okay, so I can either replenish or I can.
So we got
flip
one.
Iron
We got one card on the table. And he already knows what it is.
I'm going to replenish first then. So I'm going to take
So-
2 cards.
Gonna take 2 cards. You don't have to do 3.
No,
Oh,
up
2.
to 3.
Up to 3,
Up
okay.
to 3.
I could be winning 2-1 right now if I wasn't a dumbass. Isn't that awful? Or no, I'd still only have 1. I should take these cards and I should just throw them on the ground.
That's not my dad. That's a phone.
You should have something
Throw
where
it on the
the empty
ground.
cards.
Yeah.
I guess I could pull these away just so you couldn't have them.
Yes. You still did strategy by taking shit off the board.
Okay.
And I think that's really cool. So the other thing I can do is flip, and I want to get some blue. Oh shit, we didn't flip it over. And I cannot buy this round because I did 2 of my things, but now I have enough to.
So he has enough to buy a multi. What
Yes.
is the multi card?
The multi card is fuck the name. It's Benedetto, but you take 2 adjacent cards and swap them.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It is. It is. I
That is a
literally
good
like
one.
all the cards in here except for like 1 are crazy fun to play with in some fashion. I think one of them I've never been able to do anything cool with.
I want to flip a card.
You do.
I'm going to flip
The closest one or the furthest away one?
the one that's furthest away.
1 shell. Oh.
Ooh, and I got a red,
Yep.
which means I can buy a card
You can buy
now.
a red.
And the red this is Regatta, the fat one. Regatta, root of the gold grab.
Yeah.
Choose a yellow potion, swap a potion adjacent to it with any other potion except for the chosen yellow potion. So as long as it's next to yellow,
Yep.
I can swap. Oh, wait, swap a potion adjacent to it with any other potion as long as it's next to a yellow.
Correct.
Okay, I'm buying that. I think that's a good
yeah,
one.
it's again, the cards are fucking fantastic. They are.
This
like,
is what makes
crazy
it fun. Like,
yes.
you're literally because it's the idea that if you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
Yeah.
And this card makes everything like, how do you view the board?
And it literally changes the game.
Yeah, you're playing a totally different game because it's how do I play this game with these rules?
Yep.
This is a super fun game.
I think so too. And
and
every
I
single
owe-
time you get a new card,
I owe the 2
it changes
reds.
the entire game.
All right, it's your turn, sir.
It is my turn. Okay, well, I'm going to buy yellow, blue, red. I'm going to buy Benedetto. I'm going to flip the new card up. The new card is you can move diagonally through and wrap around.
Oh, like Pac-Man rules.
But you move every card on there. So I bought Benedetto, correct?
Yes.
That's a good thing.
Sure.
Okay, I restocked last round strategically, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip my card and get all my 3 reds. And,
Oh, that's I wonder who should do it that way.
yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah,
How,
someone taught me real well.
man, you must have had an orc or what are those things called again? A really clever orc help you out.
Oh, my turn's done.
So there's nothing for me to flip,
There's nothing for you to flip,
but I can move cards around as long as it's next to a yellow,
or you can replenish,
or I can replenish and
Correct.
then flip.
or you don't have to flip. You can just replenish. You can move cards around and
So I
replenish.
can put up the 3 cards out there in any place that I want.
Correct, sir.
All right, I'm going to do that. And this was probably going to take a while because I have to use
Strategery.
strategery.
So there are, while John's doing this, I'm going to explain, there are some special cards in here. If you flip a special card, it just has a little bit more of art to it. That came with the Kickstarter. So if you were at Gen Con during that time, they advertised the Kickstarter, and we jumped on it as soon as we could. And these extra bonus cards allow for a little bit more fun play. Like it adds a little more oomph to the game. You want me to put it up here?
No, hold on. Let me think about this. How do I do this? Let me count.
So right now on the board we have, but these cards are scattered. But there's 3 blue potions on the board, 1 yellow and 1 red. We would be really good board game commentary announcers.
We would be.
So John is about to place his first of the 3 cards down. He's placing it next to the closest blue to his opponent. It's in it. No. He's. Oh my God! He skipped. Oh, he jumped. That's it. Oh! No.
Hey!
I don't know what you're doing.
All right, we're gonna put that one there.
John placed his first card in between a yellow and a blue potion. Either people are super intrigued by this and want to play this, or they've already turned it off, or they're asleep. And this is what's playing while they're sleeping. I'm going to haunt your dreams tonight, Pez.
I'm gonna haunt my dreams tonight.
And John places his second card on the tile next to a blue and a red, in between a blue and a red. You are thinking of your power, aren't you? This is why I'm not allowed to play poker anymore.
This is hard on how to actually do this.
Yeah.
Choose a yellow swap a potion adjacent to it with any other potion except for the potion. So these cards can be up or down?
Yeah, any card.
Okay.
So let's say you had a yellow over here, right? You could swap those two and then have 2 yellow next to each other.
Man, okay.
Oh, by the way, did anyone out there watch the video version of episode 1? I put it
So
up on the.
I saw that it was up there, but I didn't
Yeah.
know. That's what I assumed you were going to be doing with the bonus one. We've only had. That's the only one that we filmed, correct?
Yeah, it was the only one we filmed. We should have fucking filmed this one. It would have been smarter.
Yeah. Well, we're not that smart.
But we originally shot that one, and it came out to be 200 gig of video. And I was like, I can't do that every week. It's so much data. But I bought a new program that auto-edited it. So I didn't even edit a goddamn thing. I literally just sunk up the audio and the video. I hit go, and it auto-edited the video. It's pretty fucking cool. So, like, we could do it. But I'm not going to hold on to the videos because they're so fucking large.
How does it auto-edit?
I tell it which video is sunk to which audio track. As long as there's 2 different audio tracks, like we do here, it will cut right before another person starts talking. So it'll auto cut to the person's face who's about to start talking.
Is that what Joe Rogan does?
I'm sure. I'm absolutely positive because they don't have time or money to pay someone to fucking edit. They're doing stuff as streamlined as possible.
That does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Those are super long too, and nobody wants to like
No one wants to
go
sit
through
there and
4
do it.
hours.
And granted, this is about
3 hours.
kind of new. I think it's like 7 months old. This program.
That's cool.
So it is going to lose me a little bit of work, but it also saves me a fuck ton of work when I do my own stuff. Okay, are you done? You bought
done.
and you replenished. That means I need to flip and replenish because I can't do anything else. So I'm going to, God, you spent a lot of time on the strategy of this, so I'm like very hesitant. And you're very smart. You're kind of a dangerous game player because you tend to like really think things through. Like if I was playing me, it would be the worst fucking game ever because I don't think things through very well. I just like see opportunities and I'm like, yeah, okay, that works. You are smart. So fuck it. I'm going to hit my yellow. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fuck up your Christmas. And I'm going to put a new card down. Red. Furthest away. Okay. All right. I have bought. No, I'm sorry. I have flipped, got gem, and replenished.
Okay, so I can use card and then flip.
Yes.
I'm gonna swap these two.
Okay. So you're swapping a face down card with a blue up card.
Can you undo that one for me?
Oh, is that what you want me to do? You want me
I
to do
can't
this
reach
for?
it.
Oh, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, give me my card, please.
So get your yellow gem. God, you are the worst winner.
All right.
All right, it is 2-2.
Isn't that weird how we're tied? I'd be winning right now had I done it right
This
the
is
first
actually fucking cool, man. This is actually fucking really. Yeah, you would have won if you had bought first and then.
Did you? What was going through your head when you watched me do it in the wrong order? And you're like, I'm gonna. This guy should read the
I
fucking card.
literally shouted out right away because
Did you?
I was like, no, wait, and
Judges?
you did it anyway.
Judges, did we hear a yell? Because it is on the internet machine
That's
forever.
true. That's
was
true.
was there a yell? Define yell to me, Jay. You're like
verbally or mentally?
Wait, stop! No, the Willy Wonka yell. Please stop! No.
No, don't do that. No.
All
You'd
right.
be like in mid yawn.
It's like, was that I think that was mostly a yawn. God damn you! Now I want to yawn.
Isn't that the worst?
I know.
Oh, what about that? I would love
We're
to
pack
learn.
animals.
Is that what it is?
And when you're breathing in, it gives you more oxygen and it gets you prepped for energy. And if everybody's breathing, if you see one person yawn, everybody in the group yawns.
Get ready for a fight.
So it's everybody getting ready for a thing.
Okay, that's
That's why,
interesting.
and dogs do it too.
Yeah.
That's why if one dog starts yawning, all the other dogs start yawning.
Okay, so I'm going to flip, and whenever my fucking dog yawns, I want. God, you asshole! You fucking asshole!
I know. Big old yawn. You know what's funny is right now somebody listening to this is yawning.
All three people.
Just
who
even
listen.
saying yawning is making
It
people
really
yawn.
does. And why does looking at the sun make you yawn?
I've heard of that.
It
I've
is,
never-
man. It totally works.
I don't know if I've ever.
All right, I'm gonna flip a card.
Your body's like, oh my god, this guy's an idiot. We better give him some energy to be more of an idiot.
All right, I'm gonna buy a new apothecary. This is probably the last apothecary I'm gonna buy. The new apothecary on the board. I can't fucking read it. I am using Giada, who can. Jesus Christ. Gotcha. Fucking hell, dude. I mean, it doesn't help that we're in like a super dark room because I like atmosphere. Choose an inner row column. Move its potions one space orthogonically. Edges wrap around. An inner row. Card ruling, sir. This says inter row or inner row. Does that mean you cannot do the outer rows?
I would call these two rows inner and
these
those two
okay.
rows inner.
Okay. I am under that
The
assumption.
ones that
too.
are almost completely empty.
I
Ooh, there was a beeping sound.
It's all good. That
Oh,
just
okay.
means we went 4 gig.
Oh, is that like going plaid? You've gone 4 gig.
You know, you've gone plaid before. I remixed that. I forgot about that.
We've gone plaid.
I made that into a song.
You did.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was when I went down a 10-story shoe slide. So you're ready to go.
I am, but I really want to touch base on that story real quick because I went down that same slide like 2 years later.
Did you?
And
now
it-
you're very tall, so you
and
must not have fit very well.
It was very, very uncomfortable and very slow. Your video made it look so much fun. I took video of myself that I've never showed anybody because it's literally me squinching my back to keep going down and
So
down.
you've been to the City Museum.
I have.
Oh, you said you filmed there.
I did. I got tons of footage there.
What did you think of the place?
Not for work. I went there after a conference. On the way back, I was like, I don't care what the fuck. I'm going there.
Is this before or after I told you to
Oh,
go there?
it was after, yeah.
What did you think?
It was fucking amazing. It was
Yeah.
one of the coolest places I've ever been to on Earth.
Was the rooftop open when you were there?
It was not. It was still under construction.
man.
But we
That
did get to
place
play
is
on the
always-
school buses and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Did you go out into the monstrosity?
Yeah,
The big
yeah,
thing?
yeah.
Did you see all hidden places that you just plain old don't fit anymore? Isn't that amazing? That all started with the whale.
Oh, yeah.
When you walk in, it started at the
I
whale.
loved that.
But it started with the whale because it was originally supposed to be an aquarium. So if you go up, there's one
I
of the
didn't know
levels. There's an aquarium in there.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yeah.
But it's like way in the back, isn't it? Like,
And that's where the
deep.
aquarium was supposed to be.
Oh.
And like they built the whale to go into it, but then like, oh, isn't that cool? Like you walk in the whale, and then it'll take you to the dragon caves,
Mm-hmm.
and if you go up top, it'll take you to like the above ground. I have crawled around up there.
I have not. I'm terrified of being stuck.
Oh, I could see that. The man, it's a shame you didn't get to go up on the roof. The roof is
That's what
very
everyone
cool.
said, man. All
Roof
the
is super
people
cool.
who work there said, man, I wish you guys could see it.
The roof is neat. The roof is very, very.
I ended
neat.
up making friends with some of the people who worked there, and they were just showing me around. It was pretty neat.
Yeah, I was supposed to meet the guy who
real like the guy, like
Yeah. So
the designer?
SIU, every year their junior class meets with him, and you do a design. That's how I knew the place. We were
Yeah.
supposed to meet up with the.
You can play the game and tell me the
Yeah.
story at the same time because I think people are bored of
I
hearing the
got to
game.
read. I got to read. Hold on, because I'm wondering.
Because I like hearing these stories, especially of like a place
Grappling
I've
gaze.
been.
Well, we were supposed to meet him, and then he ended up dying.
Oh.
A bulldozer fell on his head. He tried to create another place called Concrete World, and he was doing the exact same things, but literally with a bulldozer and dirt and concrete. And
It sounds like a Mr. Show
I
sketch.
know. And he rolled a bulldozer on himself. Do you know how difficult you have to like?
How the
and
fuck
what
does that work?
I know, because it's like it's easier to roll a Humvee or a tank than it is to roll a bulldozer. Like the angles that
the
he had to have
safety
been going.
precautions alone.
Yeah, he had to like have turned off the safety precautions because I think there's actually a sensor that doesn't even allow you to go beyond a certain degree with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that makes
He had to
sense.
have like taken it off, which people think. If you talk to a lot of people from St. Louis, they think he was actually murdered.
I mean, that makes way more sense than his head was torn off by a bulldozer that he was driving.
But that is what happened. He was driving and he rolled the bulldozer on himself.
That's
the bulldozer ended up upside down on his head. All right, so from what I'm seeing here, grappling gaze.
Yes.
When Duria is revealed, place a potion from the potion supply on her face up.
Did I fuck that
swap
up?
Duria's potion with a potion in the market? So I can. What's Duria?
Her. So what you do is just take a potion off the top of your deck. You don't get to see what it is. You put it face up on her. So if you buy that, you put it just face up on her, and then you get to replace that potion on her with a potion
That I've never seen
on the board. Yes.
So it's like an extra swap. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's worth it. What's the blue?
That's the one that I have trouble with.
I don't feel like that one's very strong.
It
Like
can
you're,
be.
You're putting it. I don't know. It seems like that's a Hail Mary.
It's like Munchkin. Like they make all these cards
and you're like,
for
that's what it's
weird
for. Yeah.
situations, but when they hit, man, they
Swap
hit
two.
hard. Do you have a blue? Do you have
Well,
two blues?
I have one yellow and I have one blue, and there's two blues and a yellow on the board. So I pick one up and I buy one. I'm wondering if it'll be worth it for me in the long run, or if I should just restock.
Wait, two yellow. Oh, wait.
You see what I'm saying? Like I could pick up a blue, or no, I can't pick up a blue because I can only do it by that. Okay, I'm just seeing because I have a yellow and a blue
Yes.
stone
Yes.
or gem, and I would be able to conceivably
Buy a yellow, blue.
buy a
or-
yellow or blue before I get anything else. Unless I
Right,
get a red, then
right.
I can get the one in the end. But all right, let me. I think I'm going to.
You do you, baby.
I'm gonna do two cards,
Okay.
and I'm gonna stock them, and then I'm gonna flip.
Nice. Because you could potentially you could make me win. Did you get a special one? Typically, you don't take that long to read something
I know.
when it's just a color.
I know, right? I'm like, hold on.
Andy and I were watching a movie last night, like a forgotten movie. It was pretty cool. Like it was shot in 1989 and it was released in 2022. But we're like looking through the description, and it says the character's name parentheses person. It's like the parentheses is supposed to be like doctor or something like that. It's like, no, Leanna Quigley, person, is new to town.
I'm new in town.
It's like that's whoever fucking wrote that one should win the Not My Job award.
I don't know what to do.
I kind of just want to be chaos and just flip them like without thinking, just with rectum abandonment.
You can. With rectal abandonment. And then it's my turn?
Yes. Dun 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 dun.
I almost want to flip this one because I don't know what it means.
Oh, it's a power?
Yes.
Well, I mean, if it's a power, I think one of them isn't advantageous, but most of them are.
One of them is not.
Yeah. It's not like bad. Like,
All right, I'm gonna flip it, and you got to
none-
tell me what it means.
None of the powers are bad. They're
All right.
just like,
This one says, cloning. When a player reveals this, that
Yeah.
player draws, looks at it, and places a face down potion from the potion supply. I don't know what that means.
whoa, wait. Okay, sorry. It's late, and we both had a long day. Let's rule lawyer this. When a player reveals this, that player draws, looks at, and places a face down potion from the. Okay. So once you push this, now you draw another card, look at it, put it face down in the market.
I can do another one.
Now you can do another one, and it's not that you can, you have to. Dun 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 dun. Oh, you wanna go here?
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna put that one there.
You want to put it here?
Yeah, I think.
Is that where you want it to go?
Yeah, right there.
Right there?
Oh
Am I sounding condescending enough right now?
no.
Do you see what's going to happen next? Do you know what my power is?
No.
Here, you can read my power while I win the game.
Choose.
Do you want to do it for me?
Choose an inner row or column. Move its position one space orthogonally, so I could just kind of flip them around.
So let's just move these over here, and then I'm just going to move this one right there.
You just won the game, didn't
Yeah, I
you?
did. Sorry.
Damn it! But I had all these special potions all over the place.
Are they really both special potions?
I pulled 3 special potions in a
no
row.
fucking shit, man. I'm glad we shuffled.
These are my shuffles. Look at those. Well, congrats, homie.
Oh no! It's to me, board games or games in general, not about winning. It's about the time spent and the enjoyment. I don't give a shit if I win or lose any fucking game ever. I care that we got to spend time together. Legitimately, that is my favorite.
So if you lost, would you be saying the same thing? You'd
It's
be like-
100%.
You'd be like, "Yeah, you win this. You win this round."
I honestly think Munchkin is the only one because you lose at Munchkin when you're stupid. Like
When you don't read the fucking
when
card?
you don't read the fucking card. That's what it comes down to.
That's the name of the show for sure.
100%.
Read
yeah.
the fucking card.
Oh yeah. So we should probably not say fucking in
Yeah.
the title.
MC fucking MC fucking kiss. Well, this is fun.
This was a lot of fun.
I don't know how
you
fun it
going
was
down
for
this.
the people listening.
Yeah. This is probably one of the ones that probably would make me want to do a video show. So we are moving away. Let's talk about this really quick, and then you can just leave this here. I'll
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
put it away. I want to talk about. We should really talk about putting this show on the podcast. Because
Like
right,
the RSS
right
feed.
on
So
RSS
Jeff
feed.
Jeff actually sent
Yes.
me the thing saying
Yes.
of the research on it, but
Yes.
I've been working constantly and haven't had any time to look at it.
I did look at it, and I'm still fucking confused. I found the link in the podcast site, Podbean. It looks fine.
No, did you see the thing that Jeff sent?
Yeah.
Did he send it to you too?
Yeah, well, we were
Or
on the
had
same chat.
Okay, okay. Yeah, but he says it's a website that does everything for you,
Yep.
and you still can't figure out how to have it do everything for you.
I don't know because I went to Spotify and I went to Stitcher, and they both said, "Hey, do it here," and nothing worked. Like the page went blank afterwards. So again, I'm drawing a blank on how to do this.
Just no pun intended.
Yeah. So I am all about not putting these on YouTube anymore. We just Andy and I, our podcast, Movie Night, we are going podcast only now. We're getting away from YouTube because we got a copyright strike because the director's mom copyrighted us because we reviewed the movie.
Who? What? Isn't that a good thing?
It's under the laws of YouTube that you should be able to do this as long as you are changing the source material, which we have dramatically.
You didn't show it on there. Though.
Nope, not even a single fucking clip, just the audio. We just comment over the audio the entire movie.
Dude, was it non-flattering and they were upset by it?
Probably because the movie really sucked.
Oh, now we just lost everything. Great.
Well, I mean, you know what happens.
Don't tell me the name of it, because then if she's listening,
Yeah, well,
she'll know.
No, it's John. I know better than that.
Do you?
I know when to read the fucking card.